I figured we'd plug into the OBD2 port here in the CLS 55 and see how well this OBD Link MX Plus works on this car, because my Lexus is pretty boring, let's be honest. What I like about the MX Plus is that it actually monitors everything that your OBD2 port is telling the dealership when they go plug into your car when you bring it in. It's actually bringing all that stuff up to the dash for you in live feed, which is really cool. You can see here I've got a bunch of gauges already posted up. Engine temperature, mile per hour, RPM, as you can see. It's all active live as you're doing things in the car. What I like is you have an active boost gauge right here on the dash. And also your phone's accelerometer is actually conveyed through the MX Plus. I think maybe we should take this out and test it. Alright, so before we go rip on Rick's CLS 55, which I've never driven this before, so I'm actually pretty excited to see what this thing is all about. What I do like about the OBD Link MX Plus is that you can leave it plugged in all the time. You're not putting it in and out every time you drive the car or you want information. It doesn't drain your battery, and that's one of the main features of this component, is it's actually battery friendly. The other thing I like about it is it's hacker safe. It can't be hacked from an outside source, which is pretty cool. Let's see how this thing does on the boost gauge. Woo! What'd you see, about 13 pounds of boost there? Yeah. So that's pretty cool, and that's information that unless you install a boost gauge, you're not gonna get from your car. So to be able to have that right on the dash at all times, I mean, it's pretty neat. So if you guys are like me and you like to see this type of data in your car while you drive, all you have to do is pick up one of these. You can use our code that's down below for 20% off. And all you do is download the app. Very cool. Love this thing. I'll be using it on quite a few of my cars. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the vlog. It's an interesting day today. As you guys know, I've been waiting on wheels for the Bad Apple, and they finally arrived. I'm gonna go ahead and pull her in and show you guys the wheels, and we're gonna test fit them today. So, the story on these wheels is quite simple. So the story on these wheels is quite simple. They're Advan SA3Rs, which stands for Super Advan 3 Racing. The 3 is because of the split 3-spoke design. In my opinion, it's one of the sexiest wheels ever made. I've lusted over this wheel for about 10 years. I've never owned a set. Had I known how hard they were going to be to obtain this day and age, I would have bought a set a long time ago. They've been discontinued. Its construction is a single piece barrel with a face that's welded in from the back. So to modify these wheels, barrel wise, it's a little more difficult than a 3-piece wheel where you just unbolt it and put it back together. This is also modular, but because it's not bolted, it's welded, it's much more difficult to modify. The other thing about these wheels that's a little strange is the way the face sits inside the barrel. It's a reverse mount, so your drop center is actually opposite of where it would be on a normal wheel. Another interesting part about these wheels is that when I first saw them, they were actually on a D1 drift car, and the car was driven by a guy with the last name of Taniguchi. If any of you guys are drifting fans or you watch D1 videos or option videos, you know Taniguchi. He's a famous race car driver in Japan and also was a very good drifting driver as well. Well, his HKS S15 drift car was outfitted with these wheels on it for a couple years. That's where I fell in love with these wheels. The fact that it's also a forged wheel, which is the pinnacle of wheels in my opinion, makes it just a complete slam dunk. The backstory on the wheels that I have here, they're from a US drifter by the name of Ken Gushi, who's an old-time friend of mine. These wheels were on his, I believe it was his 2010 Scion TC Formula Drift Pro car. That year it was red, and it had these wheels on it, so red center, polished outer. Now, the way I obtained these wheels was through another acquaintance of mine, or friend, good friend that I've known for over a decade, Tony Angelo. If you guys watch Hot Rod Garage, Tony's one of the hosts and car builders on Hot Rod Garage. When I posted on Instagram that I was looking for a set, Tony reached out to me and said, hey man, I saw you're looking for a set of these wheels. I've got a bunch at the house, and these wheels are just the perfect setup for this car. The only thing I don't know is if the fitment is correct. I've done my calculations, and I think it's going to be very close, but there's a good chance that I may need to run a small spacer or even potentially have to have the wheels rebarreled. I'm hoping that's not the case. The other thing is that the face is red. Red face on a red car. Not really sure how that's gonna look. Today what we're gonna do is I'm gonna grab these wheels. I've already got 4 of them cleaned up. I've got a pair of 17s for the front and a pair of 18s for the rear. The fronts are 17 by 9.5. The rears are 18 by 10.5. And the offset is plus 24 front and rear. Enough of me talking. You guys hear me talk enough. Too much. I'm gonna go ahead and get cracking. I'm gonna jack this thing up and start test fitting these wheels. Here we go. I mean, I like it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I like that.
I like it too. I don't know about the red on red, but.
What do you mean red on red? That's why I like it.
Well, I think it looks amazing, and I don't even hate the red on red, to be honest. I think it looks pretty cool. I'd like to know what you guys think. If you want to leave a comment down below if I should leave them red or refinish them, but the front fitment looks pretty good. Fitment looks like it's perfect. I'm pretty excited now. Keep in mind, when this car has tires on it and it goes, the weight of it goes down on the ground, it's gonna camber in. So I don't think the fitment is as aggressive as the AME fronts. Let's actually take a look. These are 19 by 9.5, 15 offset. 19 by 9, 15. What are you guys doing up there?
This is how we die.
This is how my good friends TJ and Calvin die, by standing on a work table to put up a 300-pound. You want help?
I don't know about this. I don't know if you saw how much this table flexed. That was scary, but we did it. Good job, team.
Okay, back to real matters at hand here. Will the rear wheels fit?
I'm kind of stuck up here, bud. Stay there.
So I think we lucked out on this one. The fitment looks pretty good. Nailed it. I actually don't mind the red on red.
I like it because it's like really, I can say I've never seen it ever in my life.
You haven't looked at many old option videos because this is a really popular wheel fitment for these cars. And I have a feeling I think I lucked out again. I think this is again an RX-7 fitment that was on another car. I happened to buy another set of wheels that happened to be the right fitment for this car. Because these are 18 by 10.5, those are 18 by 10, plus 24, plus like 18.
I like the red on red.
I don't mind it either. It doesn't match, but I think that's actually cool.
Yeah.
It's better. All right, we lucked out. The wheels fit great. Thank you so much, Tony Angelo, for hooking me up with these. I think I like the red. I really want to know what you guys think. I've given you quite a few shots of it so you can make a judgment, but TJ, Calvin both like the red. I like the red. I think we might stick with it for a while. I mentioned earlier that these wheels were used in drifting competitions, so there are some nicks and scratches. As you can see here, there's a little nick through the paint. And there's some scratching in the barrel down here. And a nick here. They're far from perfect, but I kind of like that, actually. Oddly enough, I'm so picky about some things, but other things just don't bother me, and that's one of those things. It's like, I don't know, it just shows that it's been used, and I like it, it's cool. Anyway, another side story of these wheels was Tony ended up selling me 6 of these. So this is my other 17-inch front, this is my other 18-inch rear. He sold me 2 more 18s. This one actually has a brand new tire on it, which is cool because this is a 275/35 18. I think we'll actually roll it over to there and try it on. That way I can actually figure out if a 275 is gonna work with the 18 by 10.5 fitment. Now, one thing I will say is these other 2 18s are in pretty sad shape compared to the other ones. Try to show you. These have been in some drifting accidents. This one's obviously covered in mud and shit, but it's completely scratched on the inner barrel here, all the way around there. These will probably need to be refinished. Most certainly will need to be refinished. But I figure why not have 2 extras in case I want to do an 18-18 setup, or I want to have a set of 18-inch rears that I can just put burners on and go do donuts and burnouts and stuff with, and just have some spares laying around. So for a few extra $100, I think it was worth the buy, and I think I'm gonna be a pretty happy guy. So let's roll this rear over with a tire on it and see how it fits. Okay, so I've got a 275/35 18 on the car now, and as you guys can see, it's pretty flush. The car isn't all the way down. I can't go all the way down because I will ruin the side skirts of the car. So the wheel well gap you see in the back is a little bit more than what it would actually be.
Oh, nice license plate.
Yeah. So I think we'll probably end up going with a 275/35 18 on the rear. We're going to be using Falcon Azenis RT615K Pluses, which is one of my favorite tires of all time. And we just need to sort out the front size now. I'm guessing, being that we were on a 19 by 9, and this had a 215 on the front on a 9. So 9.5, we're probably going to go up to like a 235/35, I'm guessing. But I'll need to go on Falcon's website and check the section widths and overall diameters of those to make the judgment call there. All right, guys, so one last parting shot of how the car looks with the new Advan SA3R in place. I love it. I think it's a very era correct look for this car. I've been waiting for this day for a long time. Thanks again to Tony Angelo for hooking me up on these wheels. Thanks to Advan for making some rad wheels. Super special thanks to Falcon Tire, who I will be contacting shortly to buy some tires for this thing. I cannot wait to roll around on these wheels. Maybe time for a brake upgrade, boys. Who knows? So thanks, guys, for your subscriptions. We really appreciate all the views and all the great comments. Let me know what you think of this color, if I should change it or if I should leave it be. And thank you so much for the thumbs up. It means a lot to us. Throtl fam, we out.